So this is plant number 3 of my plant room, and I'm going to show you guys around a few of the plants in the plant room. Always doing work in here, whether it's repotting or fertilizing or pest control. Today was all about trying to redo the terrarium, one of the terrariums that I have. But let me go ahead and begin with the Bessier. The Bessier, we've had this for, probably over almost 2 years now, I feel like, and it is a showstopper. It is absolutely beautiful. It is huge. Look at those sinuses up there. It just keeps on giving, and it's overall a very easy plant to take care of. We have it in a very chunky mix, and it does great. I don't fertilize it a ton. When I do, I will start to get kind of burning like that, so I have to be very careful. And moving on to the next one, this is the Patriciae. The Patriciae is absolutely gorgeous. It gives those ripples that just are just out of this world. It almost feels like it's dimension upon dimension upon dimension. And when you spray it up and get some water on it, it doesn't even look real. We're gonna leave that leaf alone right there. That's perfectly fine. That's usually what you'll see when you have the bottom leaf that's yellowing. That's okay. Don't get too scared when you see that. Here is a begonia that I propagated, and I probably need to water this probably soon, but this is actually called the Looking Glass begonia, and it is a type of Rex begonia. Oh, it's actually okay, but it's super easy to propagate, and it's super pretty. You can see the color on the back is absolutely gorgeous. You can propagate from the leaves. I usually, for this one, propagate from the stem. I'll show you the mother plant right there, you can see, and that one I just recently repotted and propped up as well, so you can see that. But going back to that, this looks a little bit different than the mother plant, but it's absolutely just a beautiful plant to add. It almost looks fake. I really dig the leaves that look fake. I don't know what it is about it. But anyways, I've got a Vitarifolium. This one is still recovering from, I can't remember where I got this from, but it's still recovering from, it had some kind of pest on it. I don't even remember what it was. I feel like it was spider mites, but it is doing better, and it's even got, look there, an inflorescence. That's super cute. Oh, actually there's two. I didn't even see that. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. So my husband's working on doing a hybrid with a kind of a longer leaf Anthurium and something like the Bessier. So we'll see how that turns out. I've got a heartleaf philodendron here. And let's see what else we've got here. In here, I think this is called either the zebra plant. I'm pretty sure that's the zebra plant. This thing was not doing too well, and then I ended up putting in this is just kind of a pretty common plant, but put it in here and it's doing spectacular, super happy. It's been growing, growing, growing. And then here you see the angel wing begonia. Angel wing begonias they absolutely love terrariums. They will grow like crazy, and the flowers on this they're always usually pink, and they're in clusters, and they're beautiful. But you can see, even looking at that, look how the stems are everywhere. I probably should get something to prop that up, but it's so pretty. And yeah, this is definitely, they love the terrariums. The next one up I have here, and you can see here, this has been growing like crazy. I always want to call this the rubrotinctum, but it's not. It's actually, and this is one that I got from Ecogenera. This is Philodendron roseo-cataphyllum platinum. And it's absolutely just it's also a showstopper. In fact, I think I've got a leaf growing up there right now. You can see right there. But it's super shiny, and one leaf is kind of not too great right here, but that's okay because we've got another leaf that looks like that and is absolutely beautiful. This is one, I probably need to dust this off here. This is kind of one of my newer ones. I think I need to probably just dust. But this is like a Campo, let me read here. It's a Philodendron Campii, and I got it for $45 at a local plant store called The Plant Room, and I really like it. It's kind of different. It has kind of that thicker leaf. It actually reminds me of this Anthurium here, and this thing is just amazing. It's been an amazing plant that hardly takes any care, and the leaves are just so big, and it's crazy because it's just, I mean, I hardly do anything with it. It's kind of tucked back behind there. We need to put a light up here, and we probably will. This is I believe this is like a trio. This is Syngonium Tri-Leaf Wonder. I probably need to put something up to be able to see it, because I always forget. I know it's something, but this is a type of Syngonium. Kind of dusting off the leaves as they go along here. We're going to put also a little mini shelf up there as well. I may have to rearrange this just a little bit because I think this also needs another moss pole. So yeah, we're gonna have to do some work there. Got a snake plant right there. And this one is really doing pretty well. This one was up in my bathroom. I have kind of like a light, just like the Biosom there. I have a light set up, and obviously in and a dehumidifier. And, yes, a dehumidifier in the bathroom. And I can't even remember. This is another one. I don't remember the name of this. Oh wait, here we go. Thank goodness. It is an Anthurium longistrorsum, I think is how you say it. How do you say that? Well, anyways, so I actually accidentally bought probably about 3 or 4 of these, and I don't know how that happened, but it's super pretty. I mean, it's really happy since I brought it down here. It wasn't that happy up in the shower area, believe it or not. Yeah, so I accidentally brought it down here. And then this is the Never Never plant, I think is what it is. And that one, these are kind of ones that I'm kind of a little bit bad about like taking care of. But I need to get over here and really do some work over here. So where else are we here? What else do I want to show you? Here's a tortum. Polypoidance is another one that often gets mistaken for, but the polypoidance, I do have a polypoidance, and it's on the other side. This is much thicker than that appears, and they're both pretty similar as far as the care. They don't really, even though they're completely different plants, they're easy to care for, so they're not really too crazy or anything like that. This one is a Philodendron pedatum, and there's actually an Anthurium pedatum. I also have that one as well. Sometimes we get that confused, but this one is a climber. I need to clean this one up as well. So this is part of our plant room that I did a bunch of stuff you can see over there, and don't mind all the craziness on the floor because we're getting everything ready. But that shelf I did completely overhaul everything and clean down the leaves and fertilize and repot and everything, rename, label, all that. So I do need to do that on this side here and also with this shelf up here. So we're just working along. That's, you know, there's always projects in the plant room. But this is some of the ones that I have here. But this pedatum, it probably needs to be on something. You can kind of see how crazy, and the stem actually gets super hard. And the interesting thing about the stem is that it seems like, and you can see how it's kind of, I think this is how, when it hardens over, how it prevents from cracking. It seems like it would crack, but it actually, believe it or not, does not. It doesn't have issues with that. So I probably need to put this on something. I kind of like the woody stem like that. I think it's kind of cool, but I do need to do some work on this. And it does look like it's got another leaf growing there, so that's good. And we will put a light under there, and like I said, another shelf right there. This is the Philodendron Summer Glory. I just like the sheen on this. I think it's super cool. I like kind of the look of the new leaves as well. This is a super easy one to care for. More dusting on the leaves, so once again, I will definitely have to rearrange this. And then here, this one used to be up in my shower as well. And let's get the tag out here, and I'll show you guys here. This is the Anthurium Friedrichsteii. I guess that's how you say it. A lot of the longer hanging ones, the belty looking ones, like, you know, the Vitarifolium, and also the Pallidiflorum, they all have a very similar look, and sometimes they're very hard to tell the difference between. Sometimes I think it has to do with like how narrow the leaf is, but to me they all look pretty similar. I feel like this one just looks a little bit thinner than the rest, and so that's kind of interesting. But I love that kind of like belty look to plants. I think it really adds a component to your plant room that if you're looking for something that's just a little bit different to kind of hang over, it's just a nice look. And then this one here, let me get this pulled down for you here. This is I think it's a McCoy is what it is. Go ahead and get this. Oh, it's actually it's a McCoy. Macaulay's Finale, and it's a hybrid. It says Philodendron times hybrid Macaulay Finale. So let me show you here. It is super pretty. It's got kind of a bronzy looking leaf when it's new, and then of course the stem is just a spectacular kind of burgundy color. Here is a Wells Fin. This is super cute. I think I got a new one coming up there. Super easy to care for. I've got a reblooming orchid there. I've got I'll show you here. This is a sortii, a philodendron philodendron sortii. This is definitely a very cool plant. It has kind of, the more light that you give it, it has kind of like this little splotches of gray silverish in there. I think that the glistening on here is from Captain Jack's. I have a Snow White up here, which likes its highlight. I really like the Snow White. I think it's pretty cool. I've got a Syngonium batik, which is a vining plant that is pretty crazy how fast this thing will grow, how easy it is to propagate. And so the leaves are just, they're really cool looking leaves. And depending on the light, you'll get different kinds of looks. So, and then here's this one here, which is kind of a cool looking plant. And then I've got a bird's nest fern, which this is one of the easier ferns if you're really into ferns. That's a really super easy fern to get into. Here's another fern. And then I have a Monstera Peru. So this is kind of this is one of those ones. It's also a climber. This is not one I need to dust, but they're very cool. The leaves look spectacular when they're cleaned up, and it's really cool once they get bigger and bigger. So I might put that on a moss pole. Then I've got my philodendron 69686, I think is the number for it. I always forget the number, but this was actually, I just brought this in. It's not doing too hot right now, but because it was outside, it was getting too hot. And the leaves look like this, but it looks so much healthier when I had it inside, and it's like it's mad at me now. But I have several propagations of this, so I just brought it in today, so I really need to do some work on that. And then I have a terrarium with multiple different things in here, and I think that's the tiny dancer on that one right there. That one's just so prone. The alocasias love it in the terrariums, but that one's so prone to spider mites. It's just crazy. I have a peperomia that I actually propagated from a leaf, and another one, and another angel wing begonia. Loving it. I've got a silver sword in there, which, by the way, I am propagating. In the terrarium today, when I cleaned it out, you guys can name this for me. I always forget the name of this. I'm forgetting everything. I need to really just like take some B12 because my brain has just really kind of been, like, I got a lot going on in my brain right now. But these are super easy to repot, and you take them out, you see those little like hair-like structures there. That's the roots, and that's what makes them so easy to propagate. But it's a cool blue color, and they like highlight, and they love it in the terrariums as well. They'll take over, but they can get a little bit stringy looking and kind of just everywhere, especially if you're not shaping them up. I've got oh wow, well that's nice. I had a reverted pink princess, and I had a few places on here where it felt like it was like I was getting like little snippets, like you can see right there, which, you know, and then also right here. But this latest leaf actually has more in there, and you should see the mother plant that this came from. This is actually so much healthier since I propagated it from this. I enjoy actually the look of the reverted, and just maybe just some tiny flecks like that. I'm okay with that. I like it. I actually absolutely like how healthy it looks, and I put it on moss pole, and ever since then it's just done really well. I've got a Brandiantum. I always say the story about this Brandiantum because even though this Brandiantum probably looks pretty crazy and gnarly all over the place, it actually has come a long way from this leaf right here. I got this as a cutting from Etsy, and it was just, I thought it was going to die. So it took forever to even get past just the one leaf, and then finally here I got it on a moss pole, and you can see it's got several leaves. But I'm getting ready to cut this, and I may need to do a few things just to kind of get it back into shape, because these are obviously not how I want the leaves to look. You can see them super draping, just looking great. I might change the soil up a little bit. I need to think what I want to do here with this, because it's definitely not exactly how I'm wanting it to look, but I'm just so happy with the progress that it's made. It did take a long time to even get here, but the leaves are just way too small, and they're not quite where I want them to be. And then I'm starting to get even smaller leaves right here. So yeah, got some work to do. Let's see what else here. I've got a Cebu Blue. I can't remember if this is one that I had in one of the other videos, but the Cebu Blue, the leaves get huge. And the funny thing is in the terrarium where it's just kind of everywhere, the leaves are even bigger than on this one. Panning around, and let's see what we want to do here as far as talking about. This is the Anthurium nigrolaminum, and this is a rehab. Got it from Ecogenera. That's what the leaves are supposed to look like, and they're pretty amazing. But these are really, I feel like this is a hard plant in shipping, as far as shipping, because I almost lost, I think I got 2 or 3 of them, and I almost lost all 3 of them when they first came. So this took a lot of rehab. I didn't think that I was going to be able to save this one, but I did. And look at those roots. Aren't those roots amazing? I love, 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 love those roots. And it's been sphagnum moss ever since. So, and also on here, I like to use the plastic containers. You can see here some peperomias that I have propagated, and they're so cute. I love that look of like the beginning of peperomias. Let me open it here. That tiny little baby peperomias. They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I've got a Florida Ghost that is so happy with the purple lights. It's super, super, super happy. When the lights are off and I forget to turn them on, or somebody doesn't turn them on, it starts to get more of the speckling, almost like the mint look versus this. And so it really does enjoy the purple lights. You know, even over, like, I feel like even over the bright lights, so bright white lights. But you can see how pretty that is. That's the look that you're going for. I've got a a global green, which that's a new leaf right there, but global green is just a cool one. I guess it's got a patent on it from, I don't know if it's Costa Farms, I think it is. Oh, let's see what else here. I got a Columbia, which this is one of the ones that I saw on Instagram, and I was like, I've got to have that because it doesn't even look real, and it is definitely, I think it's just those divots or the grooves with the darkening in there that just makes it look fake. And like I said before, is I really love the leaves that just look like they're not even real, and that's what this feels like to me. So yeah, and it's got several leaves here. Here's another one. It's almost like that same, it almost kind of gives you the vibes of like how alocasias look with the thicker leaf alocasias, but it's a beautiful plant, absolutely beautiful. So let's see, so this is a Rex begonia that I actually just took out of a propagation. This was propagated from a leaf. It's looking a little bit rough right now, so what I was trying to do is transition it from basically the humidity level that it was at, but it is going to, I'm going to get it looking good. They like highlight, high humidity, high everything, and they like a lot of water, and they're beautiful plants. They just don't give up on them. Don't, just get, if you feel like they're kind of dying back, then either you can take a leaf like that and then go to try to propagate them in some very, very almost dry sphagnum moss, but it needs to be a little bit moist. Put them in there in some kind of container that's plastic clear, and that's how you can get another Rex begonia. So yeah, so this is actually one that I had propagated from just simply a leaf, and then I forgot about it and left it in the sack, but I've been doing it for so long that like sometimes I even forget about it. But I love Rex begonias so much. They make me happy, and I love the variety in them. I've got a Florida Beauty here. This leaf is about had its time, and it's been going on for some time now, but it's kind of yellowing out. This is in I've got it in stratum there, but it's got some new leaves, like that one's kind of cool, and then it's got one that's got, like, you can see kind of more of the variations. I kind of like more that look, but that one's got kind of that going on. We'll see what this ends up being. I'm not sure, but this thing grows pretty fast, and I feel like it's overall pretty easy. But when we first got it, I got it for like 90 bucks, and I really did think that, it's not gonna make it. So, but as far, I'm not gonna make it as far as like getting the variegation. Even the owner was kind of afraid that this was it, because I think this is one of the leaves along with that, and he was just kind of concerned. But then these came along, and I'm happy about that. These are some baby tears, which I think they just add a different bit of whimsy to the room. So I do love baby tears. They are very cute, and they love terrariums, but I like to hang them different places in the room. I like hanging plants in general. This is an Anthurium magnificum. We have a Magnificum verde, but this is This is just one that I got from Ecogenera, and it's pretty cool. I don't know what it looks like when it's bigger, but obviously yet, because we're still getting there. But I can't wait till I see something like, obviously, like that. This is a hybrid. This is actually Anthurium crystallinum and regale, and this is just a beautiful, spectacular plant. And then I've got the Anthurium magnificum verde, which is, these are basically the same. If you can see a little bit of the difference, I don't know really what I don't know if it's maybe just a greener look to the leaf. I'm not sure. So, but yeah, so these are just a few things in the plant room that I wanted to show you today. I will do another, I'm on video number 3, and I'm always doing different plant room videos. Make sure to follow along for plant tips, and I've got so many more to show you. I have other rooms as well, and like I said earlier, I have a plant shower as well, so definitely make sure to follow along and like this video and tell me a little bit of your plant ideas and what you like to hear about as far as plant videos, and if there's anything particular that you're really wanting to hear about so we can make a video. But I'm always constantly trying to learn more about plants, and also I love to teach things about what I learn. So everyone have a good day.